What's up, everybody? In this video, we're gonna talk about Mark Wiegert. Of course, he is from the Making a Murderer documentary. He was one of the co-lead investigators along with Tom Fassbender, best known for interrogating Brendan Dassey. He is one of the two officers, Thomas Fassbender being the other, that are on those tapes that are interviewing Brendan Dassey. Those tapes are some of the most disgusting things I've ever watched in my life. Those tactics are used all of the time. I get it. But when you're dealing with somebody that has a significantly lower IQ, that clearly has some sort of learning disability, you have to adjust the way you approach the situation. Every situation is unique somehow, and you have to adjust the way you approach each individual differently, because not every tactic is going to work on everybody, and not every tactic should be used on everybody. Different situations call for different measures, but Wiegert and Fassbender thought it was okay to interview a minor, 16 years old at the time. He's an adult now, sure, but he was 16 years old at the time. They stated that they asked Barb, Brendan's mother, if she wanted to be in the interview room with Brendan, and that she declined. Barb has stated many times that that is not true, that they would not let her in the room. She wanted to be in the room, and I have no reason not to believe Brendan's mother, and I have a million reasons not to believe Wiegert and Fassbender. They have proven time and time again that they will do absolutely anything to get the person they want to get, whether that person is guilty or not. Law enforcement is supposed to be somebody that you entrust with your safety, somebody that you feel is going to protect and do the right thing for your children. If they get in trouble, if they get caught up in a situation that they shouldn't be in, that they should be able to trust the police officers, the detectives, the investigators, the sheriffs, whoever is in that position of power. You should be able to feel that my child is going to be safe if some situation arises, that my child is going to be treated fairly in any situation. But this guy proves time and time again that he cannot be trusted, that he should not be in that position, that he takes advantage of a child, of a minor with a learning disability. How can that be allowed? How can that be? It's so heartbreaking. It's so disturbing. It's the toughest thing I've watched about this case, and probably the toughest thing I've ever watched about any case. They've asked Brendan, how did you get all of this information? Because you told him the information. He would tell you the truth. And then you would say, Brendan, stop lying. Brendan was told by Fassbender and Wiegert 75 plus times that he was lying. And then they would tell him what they wanted to hear. And then Brendan would just pretty much repeat it back to them. And then they would take that as the gospel truth, instead of taking his first story, which makes much more sense than the crap that they fed him, that they wanted him to say. The point of this video is where is Mark Wiegert now? You want to know where Mark Wiegert is now? He is now the sheriff of Calumet County in Wisconsin. I'm on the Calumet County official website, which is co.calumet.wi.us, and it lists Mark Wiegert as the sheriff, which means he is the highest ranking official in that office. Which means he's the one that you're supposed to entrust your safety and your children's safety to. And then under the link to the sheriff's office, it states, the purpose of the Calumet County Sheriff's Office is protection to the citizens of Calumet County, including prevention, detection, apprehension, prosecution, and detention of those criminal or civil persons who violate state or local laws. Or, it should say, if we think you're guilty, we're gonna make you guilty, whether you did it or not. But that's where Mark Wiegert is now. He is still in law enforcement in Wisconsin. If you go to the Calumet County, Wisconsin government Facebook page, there's a post from January 7th, 2019, and pictures. It says Mark Wiegert was sworn in this morning as the next Calumet County Sheriff. Sheriff Ott is retiring after a long and successful career in law enforcement. We would like to thank Sheriff Ott for his dedication, years of service, and we look forward to Sheriff Wiegert's leadership. Leadership! Is this the guy you want leading anything? No. Just... it's so bad. It's so bad. Mark Wiegert, on the stand, said this. Brendan Dassey's lawyer stated, there is no evidence that connects Brendan Dassey to the murder of Teresa Halbach. Correct? And Mark Wiegert replies with this. No, there is not. But they had 5 days to clean up the scene. Which means he believes that Brendan Dassey and Stephen Avery are smart enough, intelligent enough, sophisticated enough to clean up a crime scene absolutely spotless, not miss one speck of DNA. Because remember, there was no DNA, there was no blood, there was no sweat, there was no saliva, there was no hair, there was nothing found in Stephen Avery's bedroom. So they believe that those two guys are capable, no blood, after they stabbed her in that room, are capable of cleaning up a crime scene so undetectable that no investigator, no police, nobody can find anything in the room. But they are forgetful enough to leave the keys to the RAV4 in Stephen's room. Clean up every little speck of blood there is, making it undetectable by police. But forget the keys to the car. And forget the frickin' car. There's a crusher on the Avery salvage lot. They're smart enough to clean up every little speck of evidence in that bedroom, but they are not smart enough to get rid of the car and to get rid of the keys. Does that sound right to you? That's who Mark Wiegert is. That's what he's up to now. You can draw your own conclusions. That's just my opinion. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you again soon.